What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video we're going to talk about the top 3 free tools that I use for KDP. Now remember, this was requested in the comments. A lot of people have been asking this, like, Liz, which tools are absolute must, and on top of that, which tools are free? But I'm also going to throw in one bonus tip, which is what is the #1 paid tool, and I'll still throw in an honorable mention, but I'm going to show you all that today, exactly what I'm using in my KDP business. So I'm super fired up. I hope you're fired up. Let's do this. All right, so what better way to dissect this than just jump straight into Amazon? And we'll just search something random. We'll search large print Sudoku books. And hopefully I spell that right. Sometimes I have a habit of not spelling anything right. So good for me. It looks like I spelled it right. And the first tool that I'm going to mention here is this one up here. It's called Self-Publishing Titans, and it is free to use. Now, here's the interesting thing. Remember, it is just pulling this number here, which is 748, directly from Amazon. And while I said in another video, that number can be deceiving because it always seems to constantly change. If I hit this a couple times, there is a chance that it goes from 748. Now we got 749. So it seems like one just got published. Again, we got 749 and still 749. So right now, Amazon seems to be just giving us the 740 something thing. So it looks like that's fine for now. But there could be other occasions where it completely changes that number. Just keep that in mind. It also tells you the average BSR, the average price, average number of reviews. This is all very good information. It's very similar to what Helium 10 delivers. And Helium 10 does have a free tool to be able to show you this. And then they got this thing called the keyword niche score, which is like the proprietary thing that the developer has been working on for a very long time. And it's like color coded. Now, the only thing that I do know is that anything I believe over 62%, they recommend jumping into. Anything below that, well, you know, it's questionable. But if you want more explanation as to how that goes, go on over to their website and it'll tell you here, you got 2 Chrome extensions that they will give you. This one here, which is a keyword suggestion expander, very similar to Keywords Everywhere. And then finally the niche data and keyword research, which is the one that I'm using right now. And it also has like a ton of KDP tools and resources here. So it could take you hours and hours on end to actually go through all this stuff. So they got a lot of good things that they have put in here. But I just like it because it's free and it'll give me a better idea of like what's happening. So let's say, for example, I wanted to jump into Pug Diaries, or we can even look at teacher planners in a second. So if we look at Pug Diaries, it does take a little bit for it to pop up, and we'll see that Pug Diaries come back, and the score is 35, which means it's absolutely horrible. It's definitely not a good one to jump into. But let's look at teacher planner, and again, you can further niche these down. I'm just picking broad terms, but you can go a lot further. Like I could do Pug Diaries with something, or Pug Journals, things of that nature. But here I'm just going to straight up put teacher planner, see what pops up. And that took a little bit. It's got a 62, which is right at where it recommends. And you'll notice that that thing went green. So green means a go. It's pretty darn good. The other one was a yellow, where it was below 62, but this one's good to go. And you could further niche that down, figure out something else, but you can clearly see average reviews 615, number of results 2,300, even though here it shows 2,000, so it's not pulling it entirely from this number. And again, it varies. So again, like I said, Amazon is trying to trick you. So that is the #1 tool that I do recommend you get as a noob. It definitely works out really well. Let's talk about my second favorite tool, and we'll just go ahead and continue using the teacher planner example. This tool is also free, and I've been using this for ages. I've used it on Amazon FBA. I've used it for KDP. I've used it for just about everything. And what you'll see is at the bottom of all my searches, you got this information right here. It says 9322 in office products. If you don't have the extension I'm talking about, you won't see that. But it also tells me the ASIN, and then it also has a price history, a BSR chart. It'll pull that information from Keepa if you do have that connected. And right now, none of these are pulling up. So I don't normally use that. The big thing for me is using this. That way I can quickly and easily browse what BSRs most of these keywords are and be able to tell, like on a quick search, is this a good niche to jump into? And the name of this extension is called DS Amazon Quick View. It's this little fist, it's orange, and this one is the extended version. I can't remember if I had to pay for the extended version, but the basic version is free, and I highly recommend it because it's extremely, extremely helpful for FBA, for KDP, or any type of Amazon that you're doing. It would even be helpful if you're in the drop shipping niche, just looking for solid products that are selling very quickly with the BSRs. And last but certainly not least, one of my favorite free tools is going to be good old-fashioned Keepa. Now, Keepa has, since it was free, it's gone to a paid version now. The paid version offers a lot more data, a lot more intel. It's not really necessary, but the number one thing that I use Keepa for is the price. So I like to see the price and the history of the price. And I also like to see the sales rank. So I like to make sure that the sales rank, which is now required subscribe, and I'm not even sure if I'm subscribed to this, but the sales rank always helps with being able to tell if something had promotions or if something was doing something sketchy. And the other tool that you can use instead of Keepa, if you don't have Keepa for that sales rank, is you can use Helium 10. So I'm going to go and enable Helium 10, make sure it's enabled, turn it on, and it does things that are very similar to Keepa. So here's the Helium 10 one. You can see that it's very similar to Keepa. Let's see if by some coincidence they do have a sales rank. Yeah, here's the sales rank. So they give you the sales rank for free. So no sense in paying Keepa when you can use the Helium 10 one. But you can see how well this product did. And you can see immediately when it came out, you'll be able to do this all time. So we can check when this product came out, did it go really well? Was it an enormous hit or what was going on? So you can see that it came out and all of a sudden it fell to sales rank at 5,000, 4,000, which is conducive of a giveaway right here. And then it kind of just lost some of the ranks. So it went higher and higher, and they raised the price. So that could also be part of the reason that it went up. But that's sort of what I use it for, to be able to tell that, as well as just being able to tell the sales price history. So we can see that this book has varied in price quite a lot. Like it's gone from all the way, it started at $13.99. Now it was $24.12 here. And right now at the present time, it's $13.48. So it's varied a lot. And you can see that as a result, the rank, now that it's $14, it was $12.49, but it started to come down here as soon as they lowered this price. You saw this come down drastically. The sales rank just came down when they lowered that price. As the book has stabilized in sales, now they've raised the price, and now they've seemed to reach a pretty happy medium, and they're still continuing to raise the price. So it's quite an interesting strategy, but it just goes to show that in general, what you can see from the data here on the graph is that as soon as they dropped the price, the sales rank dropped, which in turn equaled more sales, and that was kind of part of their long-term strategy. So again, those are my top 3 free extensions to use on KDP, and that was Self-Publishing Titans, DS Amazon Quick View, and either Keepa and or Helium 10's little web version right here. Obviously, Helium 10 has a couple other free ones that are available. Now, let's talk about the paid ones. Now, the 2 paid ones, the main one that I would get is Helium 10, and that's primarily for purposes of being able to use tools like Blackbox, which works as your own virtual time machine. You're able to go back in time and see what sold well on a particular date, and that helps you a lot with creating books for the future. We cover that in a lot of my videos, so I usually show you, but I can't go deep in depth in detail or else I'd be here for hours and hours on end. And I know not a lot of you even want to listen to me for 10 minutes, nevertheless, 100 minutes. So we won't do that. The other one is going to be BookBolt. So BookBolt is fantastic, particularly if you can't come up with ideas. That has a tremendous amount of ideas that you can come up with. It also has a bookmaker in there. So if you're a complete dummy with graphics, as I am, that can help you with that. But those are 2 that I do recommend. Now there are links below. There are affiliate links. Obviously, I get a small commission if you do sign up for those, but I do appreciate those as those go to help out this channel. And if you have not gotten any of those but need them, then click below, and I really appreciate it. But other than that, that was a quick and dirty version to my favorite free as well as paid tools for Amazon KDP. And if you have questions or comments, post them below. I always personally answer them.